Okay, we want to engage your forearms a little bit more. Swimmers or newer swimmers are notorious for kind of palming the water, and I see them going in, and there's really not a lot of action happening. You want to use that whole arm as an oar when you swim. So that palm, you don't want to have any wrist flexion. You want to have just that nice, even and flat surface, exactly like it's an oar coming. You'll have a little bit of a flexion when you're coming through, but you don't want to have any crazy 90-degree angles happening under the water. Everything's nice and flat, that flat hand entry, but then you're going to use your whole forearm to be pulling you in, and not just that hand, but also that forearm. So I like using the fatty end of a paddle, so the fat side, and I have two different kind of paddles here just to show you. Either one, any of them that you have is fine, but you're going to hold that fatty side so that the paddle is going to rest against your forearm. Okay, and I like doing variations of you'll have one hand holds the paddle and the other hand doesn't, and you're going to feel the difference, the equal and the opposite motion of that removed flipper, that removed hand. It's going to force you to engage that forearm. And it's interesting feeling that other arm that doesn't have a paddle. You want to try to make that mimic that same motion with your forearm, switching hands by 50 or by 25, just kind of ideas. And certainly using the same paddle, but you would both at the same time is a really cool way. You feel like you're not really going anywhere, but that's awesome because it's really forcing you to develop that feel. That forearm is pulling you through the water. And then when you lose those paddles, you've engaged that hand again. Nice flat hand at the entry, but wow, you can really feel the difference now that your hand is engaged, using that whole arm as an oar to really help pull you through the water. Okay, so we'll use the fatty side of the paddle.